What's up, everybody? It's Raphael, and I hate people. Ladies and gentlemen, we made it to the last episode of the Book of Genesis. We are finna be done. This finna be it. Can't believe it. I'm finna go drinking tonight, because this is an accomplishment for me. Forget y'all. I don't care what you think. Anyway, let's dive into where we left off. We're finna do a quick recap. Hopefully it's quick. If not, oh well. We left off at chapter 48. We did chapters 45 through 47. So far, still got great respect for Joseph. Let's see, chapter 45. Joseph could no longer control himself before all his attendants. This was after he tried to get his brothers to leave the other brother. They didn't know who he was and all that. Yeah, he could no longer control himself. So he cried out, "Have everyone leave my presence." Because I guess he was getting all emotional and he just didn't want to hold it in no more. Have everyone leave my presence. He made himself known to his brothers, and he wept so loudly that the Egyptians heard him. That's pretty loud crying. But yeah, Joseph said, "I am Joseph. Is my father still living?" His brothers were terrified at his presence. For one, they didn't think they'd see him again. And two, seeing him again, they probably wasn't expecting him to be like Egyptian pharaoh status. Throwbacking up, trying to catch the dead. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, they were terrified of his presence. Joseph said, "Come close to me. I am your brother Joseph, the one who you sold into Egypt. Do not be distressed for selling. Do not be distressed for selling me, because it was to save lives. God sent me ahead of you. God sent me ahead of you to preserve for you a remnant and to save your lives." So Joseph wasn't upset. Well, I mean, I guess he was upset at the fact that they betrayed him, but at the end of the day, he was like, well, actually, it was God's will, so I'm not really gonna fault them for doing what they did. This was all according to God's plan. So he's not really mad at them for what they did to him. Let's see. He says, "Now hurry back to my father and say to him, 'Come down to me. You shall live in the region of Goshen and be near me. I will provide for you there. Because the 5 years of famine are still to come." So he want his daddy and family to be where he know he can take care of them. So, like I said, Joe got all my respect, baby. I'm a Joseph fan. I am. I'm a big Joseph fan. What else we got? So when the news reached the Pharaoh's place that Joseph's brothers had came, Pharaoh and all his officials were pleased. I didn't expect that, because, I mean, he's the Pharaoh. Joseph really was supposed to be a servant. So, yeah. But, I mean, I guess knowing that, everything he touches is blessed, maybe it is good news that, he probably came from a blessed family. So, yeah, I can see that. So, anyway, Pharaoh said to Joseph, "I will give you the best of the land of Egypt." I hate the way he word things here. Because he welcomes his family. He said, "Bring them here. I'll give you the best of the land of Egypt." And let's see what else we got. So, yeah. Joseph sent his brothers away. They came to their father Jacob, and they told Jacob that Joseph was still alive. That lifted their father's spirit, and he said, "I will go and see him before I die." Chapter 46, God spoke to Israel, Jacob, in a vision at night, and he told him, "Do not be afraid to go down to Egypt, for I will make you into a great nation. I will go down to Egypt with you, and I will surely bring you back again. And Joseph's own hand will close your eyes. So, foreshadowing, I guess. Let's see. So yeah, they took off, and we got all kinds of names here. We got the names of the sons of Israel, aka Jacob, who went to Egypt. Reuben was Jacob's firstborn, and the sons of Reuben, the sons of Simeon, the sons of Levi, the sons of Judah, sons of Perez, sons of Issachar, however you say that name, the sons of Zebulun, the sons of Leah bore to Jacob in Padan Aram. I don't know if those are right, but whatever. The sons of Gad, Gad, sons of Asher, and then the children born to Jacob by Zilpah, who Laban had given to Leah. So Leah was like a servant. Zilpah was a servant of Leah, but they gave their servants, Leah and Rachel gave their servants to Jacob to sleep with when they couldn't have any kids. So Zilpah had 16 in all. Then the sons of Rachel, Joseph and Benjamin, which Joseph is in Egypt, but yeah. So we got the sons of Benjamin, the son of Dan, just one son Dan had, sons of Naphtali, whatever the fuck. Anyway, all kinds of sons, family members, this and that. All the members were 70 in all. Had 70 people come down to Egypt to stay. As soon as Joseph appeared before Israel, he threw his arms around his father and wept for a long time. Israel said to Joseph, "Now I'm ready to die." He basically feel like his life is complete. He saw his son again, who he thought was dead, which is actually pretty. I would be ready too. Like, I think I'd be satisfied with dying at an old age. I see a son of mine who I thought was dead back in my arms. Like, that is crazy. What else we got? Okay, so Pharaoh asked Joseph, "How old are you?" At that point in time, Joseph was 130 years old. Joseph settled his father and his brothers in Egypt and gave them property in the best part of the land. There was no food, however, in the whole region because of the famine that was so severe. When the money was gone, all Egypt came to Joseph and said, "Give us food." Joseph said, "I will sell you food in exchange for your livestock since your money is gone." So things have gotten so bad that they can't buy the food no more because all the money's gone, and all they got left is the livestock, which I think would have made good food. But I'm gonna leave that alone. But I mean, if you can't feed the livestock, I guess that's what the problem is. They couldn't feed the livestock. But anyway, so yeah, they did that. And when that year was over, they came to him and said, "Buy us and our land in exchange for food, and we with our land will be in bondage to Pharaoh." So Joseph bought all the land in Egypt for Pharaoh. So now they basically own all Egypt. They literally rule the whole country, and it's like everybody in that bitch is their slaves, or should I say servant? Let's go with servant. Everybody in that bitch is their servant. And yeah, Joseph bought all the land in Egypt. Okay, so Joseph reduced Oh, Joseph reduced the people to servitude. He did not buy the land of the priests because they received a regular allotment from Pharaoh. So they couldn't really. I mean, it'll be like loaning you some money and you giving it back for me to loan back to you. So might as well just let you keep what you got. Okay. Joseph said to the people, "Here is seed for you, so you can plant. When the crop comes in, give a fifth of it to Pharaoh." All right, verse 28. Jacob lived in Egypt 17 years, and the years of his life were 147. They had, because look, they're supposed to have 7 years of famine, right? So they wasted, I ain't gonna say wasted two, but they went through two, and they needed 5 more to go. They went through two, he was 130. 130 plus 5 is not, what is it? 147. It's not 147. What? Whatever. We're gonna keep going. It just got confusing. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway, verse 29. When the time drew near for Israel to die, he called for his son and said, "Yeah, do not bury me in Egypt. But when I rest with my fathers, carry me out to Egypt and bury me where they are buried." So basically he's saying he want to go home. Don't bury me here in a place where, none of our people are. Or bury me in a place where my people are. And Joseph swore to him that he would do that. And that leaves us at chapter 48. And we're going to finish this book today. Chapter 48. Sometime later, Joseph was told, "Your father is ill." So he took his 2 sons, Manasseh, I guess, Manasseh, and Ephraim, Ephraim, or Ephraim, whatever. He took his 2 sons along with him. When Jacob was told, "Your son Joseph has come to you," Israel rallied his strength and sat up on the bed. Jacob said to Joseph, God Almighty appeared to me at Luz in the land of Canaan, and there he blessed me and said to me, "I'm going to make you fruitful and increase your numbers. I will make you a community of peoples, and I will give this land as an everlasting possession to your descendants after you." Verse 5. "Now then, your 2 sons born in you in Egypt before I came to you here will be reckoned as mine. Ephraim and Manasseh will be mine, just as Reuben and Simeon are mine. Any children born to you after them will be yours. In the territory they inherit, they will be reckoned under the names of their brothers. As I was returning from Padan, to my sorrow, Rachel died in the land of Canaan, while we were still on the way, a little distance from Ephrath." I gotta read that one over. "As I was returning from Padan, to my sorrow, Rachel died in the land of Canaan, while we were still on the way, a little distance from Ephrath. So I buried her there beside the road to Ephrath." Ephrath is also known as Bethlehem. When Israel saw the 2 sons of Joseph, asked, "Who are these?" "They are the sons of God and has given me here." They are the sons God has given me here. Look, excuse me, y'all know I'm crazy and throw it off. Focus, man. Focus. Anyway, "They are the sons God has given me here," Joseph said to his father. Then Israel said, "Bring them to me so I may bless them." Now Israel's eyes were failing because of old age, and he could hardly see. So Joseph brought his sons close to him, and his father kissed them and embraced them. Israel said to Joseph, I never expected to see your face again, and now God has allowed me to see your children too. Then Joseph removed them from Israel's knees and bowed down with his face to the ground. And Joseph took both of them, Ephraim on his right towards Israel's left hand, and Manasseh on his left towards Israel's right hand, and brought them close to him. But Israel reached out his right hand and put it on Ephraim's head. Though he was the younger, and crossing his arms, he put his left hand on Manasseh's head, even though Manasseh was the firstborn. Then he blessed Joseph and said, May the God before whom my fathers Abraham and Isaac walked faithfully, the God of who has been my shepherd all my life to this day, the angel who has delivered me from all harm, may he bless these boys. May they be called by my name and the names of my fathers Abraham and Isaac, and may they increase greatly on the earth. When Joseph saw his father placing his right hand on Ephraim's head, he was displeased. So he took hold of his father's hand to move it from Ephraim's head to Manasseh's head. Keep reading. Joseph said to him, No, my father, this one is the firstborn. Put your right hand on his head. But his father refused and said, I know, my son, I know. He too will become a people, and he too will become great. Nevertheless, his younger brother will be greater than he, and his descendants will become a group of nations. He blessed them that day and said, In your name will Israel pronounce this blessing. In your name will Israel pronounce this blessing. May God make you like Ephraim and Manasseh. So he put Ephraim ahead of Manasseh. Then Israel said to Joseph, I am about to die, but God will be with you and take you back to the land of your fathers. And to you I give one more ridge of land than to your brothers, the ridge I took from the Amorites with my sword and my bow. Chapter 49. Then Jacob called for his sons and said, Gather around so I can tell you what will happen to you in the days to come. Assemble and listen, sons of Jacob. Oh, yeah. Right. I'm tripping. My bad. I'm thinking Joseph the whole time. But yeah, assemble and listen, sons of Jacob. Listen to your father Israel. See, that's what I be talking about. Switching up. Reuben, you are my firstborn, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, excelling in power. Turbulent as the waters, you will no longer excel. Turbulent as the waters, you will no longer excel. For you went up unto your father's bed, onto my couch, and defiled it. He had slept with that servant that he had kids with. I think that's what he means. Let's say that again. Hold on. Come on now. You are my firstborn, my might. You are my firstborn, my might, the first sign of my strength, excelling in honor, excelling in power. Turbulent as the waters, you will no longer excel. For you went up unto your father's bed, onto my couch, and defiled it. I think that is dealing with that servant that he slept with. Simeon and Levi are brothers. Their swords are weapons of violence. Let me not enter their council. Let me not join their assembly, for they have killed men in their anger and hamstrung oxen as they please. Cursed be their anger so fierce and their fury so cruel. I will scatter them in Jacob and disperse them in Israel. That is so confusing because he's saying the same thing. Jacob is Israel. Scatter means disperse. So that was kind of weird. But damn that. I like Simeon and Levi. But yeah, let's continue. Because they went and did that whole city in for taking their sister. We're gonna talk about that another time. Verse 8, Judah, your brothers will praise you. Your hand will be on the neck of your enemies. Your father's sons will bow down to you. You are a lion's cub, Judah. You return from the prey. you return from the prey, my son. Like a lion, he crouches and lies down, like a lioness who dares to rouse him. Scepter, my bad, I can't read, I'm sorry. The scepter will not depart from Judah, nor the ruler's staff from between his feet, until he to whom it belongs shall come, and the obedience of the nations shall be his. He will tether his donkey to a vine, his coat to the choicest branch. The choicest, I guess the best choice, I guess. He will wash his garments in wine, his robes in the blood of grapes. His eyes will be darker than wine, his teeth whiter than milk. Zebulun will live by the seashore and become a haven for ships. His border will extend towards Sidon. Issachar is a raw-boned donkey, lying down among the sheep pens. When he sees how good is his resting place and how pleasant is his land, he will bend his shoulder to the burden and submit to forced labor. Dan, I don't know how to take that one. Dan will provide justice for his people as one of the tribes of Israel. Dan will be a snake by the roadside, a viper along the path that bites his horse's heels so that its rider tumbles backward. Don't know how to take that either. 18. I look for your deliverance, Lord. God, G-A-D. God will be attacked by a band of raiders, but he will attack them at their heels. Asher's food will be rich. He will provide delicacies fit for a king. Naphtali or Tali is a doe set free that bears beautiful fawns. Fawns. I don't know what that is, but continuing. Joseph is a fruitful vine near a spring, whose branches climb over a wall. With bitterness, archers attacked him. It was supposed to be a comma there, I guess. They shot at him with hostility, but his bow remained steady. His strong arm stayed limber because of the hand of the mighty one of Jacob, because of the shepherd, the rock of Israel, because of your father's God who helps you, because of the Almighty who blesses you. With blessings of the skies above, blessings of the deep springs below, blessings of the breast and womb. Your father's blessings are greater than the blessings of the ancient mountains, than the bounty of the age-old hills. Let all these rest on the head of Joseph, on the brow of the prince among his brothers. Benjamin is a ravenous wolf. In the morning he devours the prey. In the evening he divides the plunder. All these are the 12 tribes of Israel, and this is what their father said to them when he blessed them, giving each the blessing appropriate to him. Then he gave them these instructions: I'm about to be gathered to my people. Bury me with my fathers in the cave in the field of Ephron the Hittite. I think I would be saying that right. I really don't know. Ephron the Hittite. The cave in the field of Machpelah. The cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre in Canaan, which Abraham bought along with the field. As a burial, let's do that over again. The cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre in Canaan, which Abraham bought along with the field as a burial place from Ephron the Hittite. There Abraham and his wife Sarah were buried. There Isaac and his wife Rebekah were buried, and there I buried Leah. The field and the cave in it were bought from the Hittites. When Jacob had finished giving instructions to his sons, he drew his feet up into the bed, breathed his last, and was gathered to his people. I guess you really know when you finna go. Chapter 50, last chapter. Joseph threw himself on his father and wept over him and kissed him. Then Joseph directed the physicians in his service to embalm his father Israel. So the physicians balmed him, taking a full 40 days, for that was the time required for embalming. And the Egyptians mourned for him 70 days. 70 days? Goodness. That has to be exaggerated. Anyway, Verse 4, God. When the days of mourning had passed, Joseph said to Pharaoh's court, "If I have found favor in your eyes, speak to Pharaoh for me. Tell him my father made me swear an oath and said, I am about to die. Bury me in the tomb I dug for myself in the land of Canaan. Now let me go up and bury my father, then I will return." Pharaoh said, "Go up and bury your father as he made you swear to do." So Joseph went up to bury his father. All Pharaoh's officials accompanied him. The dignitaries of his court and all the dignitaries of Egypt, besides all the members of Joseph's household and his brothers and those belonging to his father's household, only their children and their flocks and herds were left in Goshen. Chariots and horsemen also went up with him. It was a very large company. When they reached the threshing floor of Atad, Atad, near the Jordan, they lamented loudly and bitterly. And there Joseph observed a 70-day period of mourning for his father. When the Canaanites who lived there saw the mourning at the threshing floor of Atad, they said, "The Egyptians are holding a solemn ceremony." The Egyptians are holding a solemn ceremony of mourning. That's why that place near the Jordan is called Abel Mizraim, Abel space Mizraim, Mizraim. So Jacob's sons did as he commanded them. They carried him to the land of Canaan and buried him in the cave in the field of Machpelah near Mamre, which Abraham had brought along with the field as a burial place from Ephron the Hittite. After burying his father, Joseph returned to Egypt together with his brothers and all the others who had gone with him to bury his father. Verse 15. When Joseph's brothers saw that their father was dead, they said, "What if Joseph holds a grudge against us and pays us back for all the wrongdoings we did to him?" So they sent word to Joseph saying, "Your father left these instructions before he died. This is what you are to say to Joseph. I ask you to forgive your brothers the sins and the wrongs they committed in treating you so badly. Now please forgive the sins of the servants of the God of your father." When their message came to him, Joseph wept. His brothers then came and threw themselves down before him. "We are your slaves," they said. But Joseph said to them, "Don't be afraid. Am I in the place of God? You intended to harm me, but God intended it for good to accomplish what is now being done, the saving of many lives. So then don't be afraid. I will provide for you and your children." And he reassured them and spoke kindly to them. That man is a straight shooter. I like him. Verse 22. Joseph stayed in Egypt along with all his father's family. He lived 110 years. What? We got to go back right quick. He lived 110 years. What? Oh, that was in the other thing. And Jacob said to Pharaoh, "Oh, Jacob. All right, never mind. My bad. I messed that up. Start verse 22 over again. Joseph stayed in Egypt along with all his father's family. He lived 110 years and saw the third generation of Ephraim's children. Also, the children of Machir, Makir, son of Manasseh, were placed at birth on Joseph's knees. Then Joseph said to his brothers, "I'm about to die." Damn, Joseph. "But God will surely come to your aid and take you up. God will surely come to your aid and take you up out of this land to the land he promised on oath to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob." And Joseph made the Israelites swear an oath and said, "God will surely come to your aid, and then you must carry my bones up from this place." So Joseph died at the age of 110, and after they embalmed him, he was placed in a coffin in Egypt. ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of the book of Genesis. And it just so happened that the last character that they talked about was Joseph, who is my favorite out of all of it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let that go like that, right? I'm gonna leave it like that. No. Let's go back right quick. Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that. Israel, aka Jacob, died. After that, the brothers were a little worried about how Joseph would act now that Jacob is dead, aka Israel. But Joseph was nothing but real with them, man. Like after all they did, Joseph was like 100, and I love it. We need to bring Joseph back. That's what we need. We need more Joseph. But yeah, in the end, I think everything was good. But yeah, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to do a recap of the whole book of Genesis, like a video, the whole book of Genesis. But after that, I'm gonna get straight to my how to human properly videos, like the actual reason why I made this channel. And you know, hopefully you'll like it. Hopefully you'll have something to say. And if you disagree, cool, comment. Let me know how you feel. But yeah, that's it for the whole book of Genesis, people. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Comment, let me know something. Teach me. Teach me. But until then, that's all I got for you. Till next time. Peace.